Well, good afternoon. It's been a little while since we've been to Southern Cal and went to Disneyland and went to Knott's Berry Farm. And you know us, we love our adventures, and sometimes adventures are fun, they're exciting. Sometimes they're thrown at you and not something you expect or want. And through December up till now, the middle of January, we've been going through quite an unusual adventure, and just thought we'd come on and share with you what's been going on. So after coming back from Southern California, I wound up with the flu, and I noticed while having this flu that started having some weird symptoms. Started having things like my feet started feeling weird, kind of numb, and the only way I could describe it, it felt like I was walking on pebbles. And it went from there to, started getting numbness and tingling in my hands, and then it started getting weak, started getting some weakness, and everything tasted awful. That was the funny one. Everything that was sweet tasted like a salt bomb. It was so salty, it was gross. And then anything salty tasted really bitter. So for me, I'm just going, what is going on? Well, it just kind of progressed, and just finally went into the emergency room, and they were like, you just had a virus of some sort, so just go home and wait it out, it'll go away. So we progressed during that next week, and it was the week now before Christmas. And it's like each day, no, it's not getting better. No, it's not getting better. Finally got to the point that I just couldn't push myself up off the couch. And Bobby over here, yeah, he was trying to help me up, and I just didn't have the strength, and I said, we're done, we're going back to the hospital. So we went back to the emergency room, and okay, I'm in the sun, it's getting warm. I gotta take this off. So I went to the hospital, went back to the emergency room, and but this doctor, he started asking what's going on, and I told him, and he just he was like, well, stand up. We were both kind of like, okay. So stood up, couldn't balance at all, and he was sit down. So I sat back down, and he wanted to test the reflexes in my knee. You know how they hit that in your
little hammer.
Yeah, use the hammer. That was the most bizarre. I kind of laughed because as he's hitting my knee and there's no response, which was something that definitely is part of it, no response, because you're numb. But I could feel the buzz after he would hit. And the only way I can describe it, some of these things that you feel, you're just like, how do you describe that? How do you describe the sensation of them hitting that nerve? Well, it's kind of like, when somebody hits a gong or a bell or something, and you get that initial buzz, and then it goes, then it kind of tones out. I don't know how else to describe it. That's the feeling that you have shooting down your leg, and you're like, whoa, that was really bizarre. He said, I think you have Guillain-Barré. Now, this has been a point of contention with some people.
How do you pronounce
it? I've heard Guillain-Barré, Guillain-Barré. So I looked it up on the neurologist website, and they're saying it is pronounced Guillain-Barré. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay. A lot of the doctors and nurses just call it GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome. So we're going to just go with GBS. And he goes, we're obviously going to have to run a couple tests, and we'll see if this is it, but just at this point, with the fact you can't stand, you can't balance, you can't do anything, we're going to admit you. So, ran some tests, and they're like, yeah, it's definitely looking this way. We got to do a MRI. Oh my gosh. 2-hour MRI, which finally got done. But when all was said and done, yep, I had Guillain-Barré, GBS, go by that one. And that put me in the hospital Christmas week. So, yeah, I just looked at Bob and said, well, you know what? Life's given us lemons, let's make lemonade. Bring me a tree. So he brought into my hospital room, he brought me a Christmas tree, set it up, decorated it. My lovely friend Jay was there that day and helped decorate the tree. And
dressed up like Santa.
He dressed up like Santa. It was just so cute. Brought presents, put them under the tree. It was great. If you got to sit there, you might as well have fun with it. Enjoy the time with the nurses and that. I guess that's just my personality. It's like, okay, now we know what it is. We know that there is hope that it will clear up. It's going to take time. But I'm not going to sit there and be down over something that, I can't control. Where I can control things, I'm going to make the best of it. So, after getting everything finalized that is what I had, it was 5 days that they have to give you the, and I never say it right, the immunoglobulin drip. It immediately started working from day 1 to day 2. There was already improvement because they would test my strength with my hands, and they're like, oh wow, day 2 you've already got strength back in your hands. So it's been quite a journey. Some things I'm having to retrain my brain with, but that's okay, doing it. Working on a puzzle has been good because you have to learn how to do the little grip and stuff and moving.
Dexterity.
The dexterity, yeah, has been fun trying to get that back, but it's working. It's slow, but it's coming back together. So just want to let you guys know, yeah, you're gonna see us, but if you see me with the walker, if you see me in a scooter, you know that it's coming back, but stamina and strength is not fully there yet, and it's gonna take some time. This is a slow and steady one, but where I'm at, chances are very, very high that I'll be 100% recovered. So thank you, Lord, for that one. So I just want to encourage you guys that no matter what you're going through, things sometimes can be tough. Health issues, family issues, whatever the issues are, how you approach it is really going to help a lot with how you get through it. And I really do think, by the grace of the Lord, that I am on the road to recovery, partly because of my attitude with it. If you keep a positive attitude and say, we're going to do this, you know what? No matter what, we're going to get through it. And that's where we're at. We're getting through it.
So what is the recovery time expected?
The recovery time is going to vary because it depends on how fast your body can recover. So it can be weeks to a couple of years. It can be time consuming, but keep a positive attitude, keep moving forward at a slow enough pace. That's one of the things that I've been told from the physical therapist and stuff is don't push it, because pushing it can actually cause permanent damage. So just listen to your body and go at a pace that is comfortable. If you get tired and exhausted, you gotta stop. Give yourself a day to recover or so, and then just slow and steady. And that's what this one is, but that's okay, slow and steady. because for me, I'd rather go slow and steady, and let's just see improvement each day, even if it's just minute. So I do have that 100%.
What was the follow-up like after you got out of the hospital? You spent, what, 7 days in the hospital?
7 days in the
with
hospital.
the immunoglobulin treatment, and then what's the follow-up like?
The follow-up has been, I've had an in-home nurse come in and check blood pressure and just check upon me, make sure everything's going good. We did a telehealth with a doctor, just to check on it. I will be going to see a neurologist just so they can check to make sure everything's going good. So the nurse checks on my blood pressure and that, just checking to make sure everything's good, that everything's moving the way it's supposed to move. I had an occupational therapist come in, which takes care of the upper half of the body, so that's, hands and stuff. She gave me some putty to play with, and she told me keep working on my puzzle, because that helped with the fine motor skill, that dexterity, retraining that, so you're retraining your brain. And then I have a physical therapist who comes in, and so they gave me some exercises to do, just simple things that we take for granted that, oh yeah, I can do that, no problem. Well, when you've been down for a month or more, it takes time to bring that back, and that's okay. It's getting there. We'll be continuing seeing doctors and neurologists and the nurse and the physical therapist and that, but it's okay, slow and steady wins the race. I'm good with that. So this has been our journey. This is what we're going through right now, and you know what? It's all good. We're going to get through this. We do have some fun things planned, even though I'm going through this. If you see me in a scooter or wheelchair or whatever, just understand that stamina's not there, strength isn't always there, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop living because I'm weak. But it's all good. We've got a good plan ahead of us. We've got some fun things planned, and we'll be bringing you guys along with us, and see you in the next adventure. Yeah! We will see you in the next adventure. Bye. Oh, look at
Ho, ho, ho! Have you been a good little
I
girl?
love that. You did a great job.
Merry Christmas!
Thanks. You're going to have to get me a new bag of cotton balls. I love it.